Hi everyone, it's Niesha Davis here, LCSW, and this is Motivational Masterpiece, where you are on a journey to becoming the master of your own peace of mind. I am a therapist, however, this is not a substitute for therapy. If you are in need of a therapist, I encourage you to reach out and get some help, as there are so many platforms available for you to find a therapist that is the best fit for you. Remember, as I always say, it is okay not to be okay. And having a therapist just helps you with dealing with your challenging issues in life, helps you to navigate all those feelings and process those feelings, helps you to connect the dots, provide support and validation that you need as you process the things that you are going through. If this is your first time joining me on this YouTube channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I encourage you to click the link down below, subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it with a friend, as you will not be disappointed. And if you are coming back and joining me again on Motivational Masterpiece, welcome back. I am so glad to have you. I appreciate all of the subscribers, and I appreciate you guys sharing and telling people about this YouTube channel, as it is so beneficial for us all to have somebody to provide us tools and support as we navigate through our challenges in life. So today I just joined you to talk about my book. I am the author of Your Story Does Not Define You, a healing journey from trauma through expression and self-affirmation. And as we have been talking previously in a couple of videos, I've been talking about how we're going to kind of go through the book, have some discussions about the chapters in the book. I'm going to just give you some insight on what's in the book, provide you some tools and strategies, and just kind of help you as you start this journey on healing from trauma. As a trauma therapist, one of the things that I like to do is to help people identify what their trauma is, what trauma looks like, and how do they navigate and process those traumatic experiences, and how do they move on through life and heal and begin to heal from trauma. Now remember, the healing journey from trauma is not something that happens overnight. And oftentimes I tell people who have purchased my book already that after you read the book does not mean that you'll be completely healed from trauma. I often tell my clients as well as the healing journey is a continuous process, because you could be doing great after 10 years, you could be feeling great, and then something happens to you in your life that can re-trigger you, and before you know it, you are experiencing some of the same symptoms that you had before. They may not be as traumatic as they were in the beginning. However, you can be triggered at any time. So as you heal from trauma, you have to revisit some of the strategies and the things that you've done previously that have helped you to progress. You have to go back and revisit those things, because again, the healing journey from trauma is a continuous process, meaning that you have to continuously remind yourself to heal. You have to continuously remind yourself to set boundaries. You have to continuously remind yourself to do the things that you have done before. But most importantly, you have to do the work. First and foremost, you have to do the work. We've talked about in previous videos about identifying your trauma and knowing what trauma looks like, knowing how to identify what happened to you, or what you've seen, or what you chose, decisions that you made in your life that have been traumatic to you because it has caused you to be set back in life. However, everybody's trauma does not look alike. Everybody has different traumatic experiences, and people deal with them differently. Some people are very resilient and are able to move forward in life and be okay, and some people are not. So I just want to start today by going over the first chapter, because we're going to walk through this book one chapter at a time. There are 10 chapters in this book, very easy read, and I intentionally did it that way because I want you to really focus on the material that's in the book, and I really want you to focus on doing the work, because that is the most important part. You have to do the work. In order to heal from trauma, you have to do the work. First and foremost, you have to identify what your trauma is. What is your traumatic experiences? Everybody's experience is different. So I've already had a video to kind of talk to you about how to identify your trauma and what your traumatic experience looks like. So now I just kind of want to focus on each chapter. I want to go through each chapter. I'm not going to read the chapters, but I'm going to just go over key points and provide some tools and strategies to help you. Now, if you haven't got the book, I encourage you to go purchase the book. Your story does not define you. A healing journey from trauma through self-affirmation and through expression and self-affirmation. So if you haven't got the book, I encourage you to get the book. This book is for everyone. This book is for adults. This book is for women. This book is for men. This book is for teenagers. This book is applicable to anybody who has experienced trauma. And if you feel like you haven't experienced trauma, I guarantee you have experienced something. Everybody that has lived through and that are continuing to live through COVID-19 and now monkeypox, you are experiencing some type of trauma. So with that being said, there has been something in life that has shifted the way that you think and or feel about yourself, about someone else, and about God. And if that has happened to you, that means you have experienced trauma. Okay? Now, let's dive into chapter 1. So the first chapter in the book is called Today I Did a Thing. Now I am going to read to you the first paragraph, and I'm just going to skip around after that. So the first paragraph says, so today I did a thing. I made a decision. I finally decided to choose me over everyone and anything else. Yes, I did it. I chose to take my power back and no longer let my experiences have control over my mind, emotions, body, mental wellness, and choices. I found the strength that I need to take the first step in defeating the torment that has gripped me with fear for so long. I finally found the strength that I need to learn to love myself over what has victimized me. It may be just an ounce of strength, and I am barely moving. However, I've arrived at the beginning of my healing journey, and here I am, willing and ready to work towards being sound, whole, and restored. Now, this first chapter of the book, Today I Did a Thing, basically talks about whoever reads this book deciding to take the first step in gaining their power back and taking the first step to begin their healing journey. This chapter focuses on you taking the first step, you identifying what your trauma is, and you beginning to do the work. So it's just acknowledging that you decided to take the first step. You decided to choose you over everyone else, and you decided to begin your healing journey. Now in the book, as I previously have mentioned, after each chapter, there's a chapter challenge as well as an affirmation that I give you. So I give you questions for you to answer that are applicable to the chapter. So the chapter challenge in chapter 1, the questions are, what happened to you? What has imprisoned you? What has been holding you hostage? What has been keeping you from loving yourself? What has kept you from living a life of freedom and happiness? What are you blaming yourself for that you are willing to let go of today? This is where you begin to do the work. Answering the questions, really sitting with your thoughts and your feelings and really thinking about what happened to me? What choice did I make that has been preventing me from living a life of freedom? Answering these questions will help you take the first step. This is identifying what your traumatic experience is, and this is going to help you to start your healing journey. So the affirmation for chapter 1 is, never be a prisoner of your past. It was just a lesson, not a life sentence. So today, I encourage you, be the person that tells yourself that you did a thing today. And that thing that you did, you took the first step in starting your healing journey. You decided that, you know what? I love me over everything and everyone else. I love me over the hurt and the pain that has been inflicted upon me. I love me, and I am no longer going to be a victim, but I am going to choose to be a victor. And by being a victor, you are going to choose to take the first step to start your healing journey. So I challenge you today, do a thing. Do a thing. And that thing is taking the first step to your healing journey. You can do it. You got this. Don't be afraid of dealing with the fears and anxieties that come when you think about your past or when you think about the decisions and choices that you have made. Start your healing journey, as it will be so profound and so powerful. And know that you have support. I am here to support you. Reach out to me if you need to. Send me an email. Reach out to me on social media. Whatever it takes, I am here to support you. You can get through this, and you got this. So today, do a thing. Take that first step and start your healing journey. And know I am here rooting you every step of the way. Until next time, be encouraged. You got this.